Hello, hello, check. Hello, hello, hello. Mic check.
അഡ്രസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ളതാ. ചക്കിയുടെ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ വാങ്ങോ?
ഓഡിയോ കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റിയപ്പോൾ.
Gayatri, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Rahul? Rahul, can you hear me?
Sir.
You need a better connectivity, Rahul. How are you, Gayatri?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I am awesome.
Agree.
Rahul, can you hear me? Say hi.
Hi, sir.
Hi, who is this? Hi, Rahul. I guess Rahul cannot hear. Rahul, wave your hand if you can hear me. Wave your hand.
Hello, Hurt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm Nisi here. Let's start our session.
Yes. Jyoti Miss is there. Is she joining us?
Yes, sir. I'll be there for 5 minutes.
Sure, ma'am. Most
Can
welcome.
you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay.
I'm just having some connectivity issue with Rahul.
Okay, sir.
Rahul?
Yes, sir. Now am I audible?
No, Rahul, you are not very clearly audible.
Uh, Now is it okay? Hello?
Yeah, better.
Yes, sir.
So let's start our session.
Sure.
Hello, sir. Heard, sir?
Yeah, shall I begin?
Yeah, let's start our session, sir.
Yes, please, please, please.
Okay. Good evening to all. It's very happy and proud moment to gather here. Here we have Miss Gayatri Biju, and she scored 560 out of 800. And Mr. M.S. Rahul scored 500 out of 800 marks. And I'm very proud to say that both are logic students. And here we have experienced and talent law faculty Professor Harsh Koshalia from Mumbai. He takes classes for CA Inter, Final, CS in regular as well as crash batches, one of the leading faculties in Kerala. So I would like to invite you and everybody for this interactive session. Now we are going to listen the words. So we can start it now.
Thank you, Nisi. Hi, Gayatri.
Hi, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Articleship is going fine.
Doing fine. You are enjoying?
Yes, sir. Now,
And
because
learning?
I'm a junior, so it's fine.
You are learning new stuffs.
Yes, sir. You can say
Good,
that.
good, good. Okay, okay. Hi, Rahul. How are you doing?
Hi, sir. Doing good. Thank you. How are you
Good,
doing?
good. Awesome, awesome, Rahul. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, guys, since you both have cleared the CA Inter first attempt, both groups, amongst all the other students of logic, okay. So, we thought, why not meet up with all of you, where we can just have a few words of discussion, wherein your juniors, now you all are seniors, I would say, so your juniors can get some guidance from you. All right. So that was the whole plan why we are meeting here today. And I wanted to ask you about your experiences, about your plans, about how you studied, about what are you planning to do now, and much more, much more. So to start with, I'll start with a very basic question. I'll first speak to Gayatri. Gayatri,
Yes,
when
sir.
was your attempt?
My attempt was May 2020, but because of Corona, it got extended to November 2020.
Okay, Rahul, I believe you were at the same attempt.
Yes, sir. Same.
Right. So, Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
you joined logic for all subjects?
Yes, both groups. All
Both
subjects.
groups, all
Yes, sir.
subjects. Okay. And same with you, Rahul, right?
Yes, sir. Same.
Right. Okay. Gayatri, first of all, I would like to know from you, how was your experience with logic?
My experience with logic was amazing. I had the opportunity to get coaching from one of the best teachers, some of the best teachers in India. So I'm really glad about that. Besides that, I think all the faculties in logic were very approachable. So I think that's like the main attraction about logic. That's also.
Okay. Rahul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rahul,
Yes,
can
sir.
you
Yes.
tell me, as per your experience, how was the portion coverage
Uh-huh.
for all the subjects given at logic?
Yeah, I would say actually the preamble of CA says, ICA says it is a self-learning course. So we do not expect like spoon feeding each and everything. But of course, those helped me to learn. I think almost 90-95% of the portions were covered. And of course, because of the time problem, obviously there will be lack of time. Right? So a small limitation was like just I would say like 5 to 10% was not covered. But that's not a big deal because if you it is it is very difficult to study 100% for CA exam and go to exam hall and write. It's quite difficult as we know. So it was of course fine. The portion coverage, I would say it will be like 95% it was covered.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
for whatever topics were covered or whatever subjects we covered in the class, were the tests taken at regular intervals?
Yes, they were taken regular intervals, but I feel like I only studied for the practical portion. Like I ignored theory. Like I tried to study theory, but somehow it wouldn't get inside my head. So most of the theory subjects were like somewhat like somewhere. But
And you
the
scored
most of the
73 in a theory paper.
sir, that's still unbelievable. But
So you
but
scored the very great marks in a theory paper without studying theory. And I can imagine if you would actually study theory, where would you stand?
no, sir. During like the classes when the tests were taken at logic, I didn't study theory much. It was only during the I mean like I couldn't like I tried to focus, but nothing would get inside my head.
Okay.
It was only during the study time I actually started opening law textbook, EIS, auditing, all that.
Okay. So after the classes were over, Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
when you actually when you started studying on yours by yourself, how many hours did you normally study per day?
In the beginning, I tried to sit for 12 hours, but I could only manage about like 5, 6 something. But then gradually it increased to somewhat
Gradually
like
it increased.
yeah, it would like I mean nobody can sit for 12 hours in the beginning itself. So the beginning it was like 8 hours, then it gradually increased up to like 12, 13 hours.
So you could study for 12, 13 hours a day by the end.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Good. So I guess does it mean that it is really required to study almost 8, 10, 12 hours before the exams?
No, I think it doesn't depend. I mean, the number of hours that you put in don't matter. The amount of things that you're actually getting inside that go inside your brain is what matters.
Right. So effective study is what matters, is
Yeah.
what you're trying to say, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Rahul, did you attempt all the tests given in the class?
Yes, sir. We are forced to attend. We cannot skip that. I still remember a day when I was like I was not well. And I came by like 11 or something. And of course, the teachers there didn't make me enter the class. Go write the exam, and of course you can enter the class. This was the answer. So I was forced to write the exam, and I still believe that it was very necessary. It obviously helped us to study well. I strongly believe that, because at least we'll be in the pitch only. We'll be in the right track only if we study daily. So we are forced to study because of that examination that logic puts in the class. We are forced to study, and of course it do matter when we wrote the exam, the inter examination.
So if so far as I remember having you both in my class, every day in our law class, what we used to do is before the class, we used to do the revision of the previous day portion covered, right? Where
Yes,
during the class,
Yes.
of course, most of you did not like it. But did that help you? Did that help you in any way? I'll ask Gayatri first.
yes,
Yes, sir.
like definitely. Because of that, some portion got covered. To be honest, the rest of the portion was like pending over there. But whatever you asked, because you asked us every day, we were able to cover that portion.
Right. Rahul?
Yes, sir. Obviously, it matters, because I still remember the chapter prospectus. Like I think you asked us like 2, 3 days continuously. You are asking the same thing, the section numbers and all. Obviously, it matters, because still when I am actually I'm doing my articles right now. So during that time, I could recall, this was the section we studied. I could recall it correctly. So it was like very needed, I would say. For the examination purpose, obviously it matters, because we used to remember those sections exactly. That is the reason why I am saying, like, from section 1 to section 149, 150, we had to study for inter examinations from Companies Act. And or like prospectus, that particular portion you told, like, it's very important, you have to study that. And twice or thrice I think you put examination. That matters, sir. Obviously it matters.
Great. So I guess we did a lot of revision in the class, and that helped you not only to do your tests to attempt your exam, but it is also helping you in your articleship. So I guess that is a very great thing and a very, very good, huge compliment for me too. I would continue to do that. Right?
Yes, sir. Obviously, it matters for the end result. End results will be like this only if it continues.
Absolutely, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
after the classes were over, you started studying on your own.
Yes.
And as you know, during the class, specifically if I talk about my law paper, during the class, every day after the lecture is over, for the next day before we begin the new class, we used to revise.
Yes, sir.
So that revision we did. Then the classes continued time to time, timetable on the basis of your timetable. We finished the classes also in time. And then when you got your study leave, you started studying on your own. You started studying on your own. You started revising lot of portions, right?
Yes, sir.
So was it like after the batch is over, you studied just once and you went for your exams, or you gave a repetition or a revision you did? And if you did so, what would you say? How important is revision? Not a revision as in classes portion is done, classes tests are done. Okay, now you are on leave. You are on leave, and first time when you read the portion on your own, you realize, what we did in the classes was going with the flow, but now we realize how huge the portion is, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you finish your first reading and you start your revision. Correct. How
Yes, sir.
important is revision according to you?
I think especially for law, revision, without revision, nothing will go forward because like the first time I studied, I thought, okay, like I'm done with everything. Now one more revision, I'm going to clear the exams first step. But then the second time I opened the textbook, nothing was there inside my head. So I think I used to start. That's when I realized like law, we have to like study every day. If you don't study every day, the touch will go and then everything will go. So for me, I used to revise every day, and I think that really helped.
Yes, without revision, it is very difficult to crack for theory papers. Not only from law point of view, for audit, EIS, and SM, you have to revise it. We feel very, very, very upset and sad when the reality says like the first time you open the book study, the entire portion is covered at once. The next time you open the text, it is like we feel very upset that nothing comes to your mind. Dear students, it happens. Okay, it happens. Don't worry. When you are in the exam hall, how many times you revise is like it will help you. The number of times you read the things, it is obviously going to matter, because if you get the starting of the section, you might be able to recall. So the number of times you read, the number of times you reverse is obviously going to matter for law, for audit, and the rest of the theory papers. Of course, it happens. Do not be worried. Like when I read the first time, I studied everything. The next time I opened, my head is going blank. No, I think almost 80% of the students, for 80% of the students, it happens. There is nothing to worry. It happens for everyone. So no need to worry. If you have time, do not waste that. Just read. Simply read. It will help you. At least if you could recall a particular section number during the exam, it will fetch you marks. So the number of times you revise will be better.
So Rahul, how many hours did you revise before the exam per day?
To be very frank, I don't know, sir. But I would say to people, the better thing what you should do if you are fixing a timetable is not to fix hours. I would say I wake up at 4 a.m. 4 to 8 you study, 9 to 11 you study, 1 to 3 you study. No, please do. It's just a suggestion from my part. Do not fix time. Actually, I do not remember how many hours I study. But if you're fixing like a timetable, then go for portions. Fix your portions. Okay, chapter 1 I will complete today, chapter 2 I will complete today. Fix like that. Or at the end of the day, you may not be able to cover the entire chapters you intended to cover. Okay, so fix portions. If you fix portions and then study. If you are not able to complete that portion, then skip everything. If you want to skip the food, skip. If skip sleep, skip that. Until and unless you complete that portion, skip everything. And if you're able to cover it way beyond the time you have fixed, then take rest. That is what I suggest.
Okay.
To be very frank, I do not remember the number of hours I study. Obviously, it will be like more than 10 hours a day.
More than 10 hours a day approach. That's good enough. That's good enough. And that is must. That is must. And we can see the results. So there is no point of any kind of debate on that, right? Okay. So, Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
there is
Yes.
a phrase in English. They say, if you fail to make plan, it means you are planning to fail,
Yes, sir.
right? So, why am I saying this is, I wanted to ask you, did you plan your studies really, or did you just randomly pick up any book and start studying, and when you got bored, you went on to a next subject?
No, obviously we can't do that for this. I mean, for me, I always go according to a timetable. So I fixed one timetable. I plan to give only first group for me. So for me, the first 3 months were completely focused on first group, and I planned according to that.
So, fortunately, COVID was a bad thing for
Yeah.
everybody,
Yes.
but because of COVID, you got to give two groups in November eventually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. So, Rahul, so far as I know you in my
Yes,
class,
sir.
right now you are in your articleship, so you have cut your hair and you are looking like a human being. But so far as I know you in my class, you have been very attentive, asking a lot of questions, right? And a very good dancer, a very good
Yes,
actor, which
sir.
are all your skills we got to know in the class itself. So it's like you did not only study, you also enjoyed and participated in a lot of co-curricular activities when you were with Logic, right? So overall, if I have to
Yes,
ask
sir.
you, how would you recommend coaching at Logic to your friends?
Like, sir, I already suggest people that you are getting one of the best faculties across South India and across India, I would say. For all the subjects, you're getting the best faculties across, and not only that, I have, as you have said, Logic always provided us a platform for like extracurricular activities, and also you will not be like into study, that deeply into study. No, that is not the thing. Of course, at the end of the day, you need some happiness, right? So obviously, Logic had succeeded in giving me that happiness, of course. And it depends. Like if you want to be into study, obviously Logic gives that. If you want to like enjoy a bit like the college life, you won't miss. If you be in Logic, I would say you would get like 3/4 of the college life. Obviously, because I did go to college and I came to Logic, so I know the difference. Okay, and like friendly relations also, I would say the friendship that I got from Logic, still it is there with me. Like
I know.
it matters because it is obviously giving me a lot of happiness. A lot of people are calling me and asking, like the friends from Logic, like how you are studying, could you please help me? Always it makes me happy because if I am able to help some people, it is obviously what Logic gave me. So I had already recommended people, like if like that it goes, sir. I would say I would recommend it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
you met so many faculties in Logic. Some
Yes, sir.
were from Kerala itself, some were from Mumbai. Quite a few were from Mumbai, so far as I know. Yes, I was there myself. Vivek Panwar sir was one of your SM and EIS faculty who was again from Mumbai, and a lot of faculties from different parts, right?
Yes, sir.
So, all in all, once the batch is over, the faculties obviously they will go back to their place where they reside, or some state or some city, or for the next batch.
Yes, sir.
So after the batches were over, were the faculties approachable during the batch and after the batch?
During the batch, they were very approachable. After the batch, I don't think I made an effort to approach them. So yeah, I think MH would be able to answer that question better than me.
Rahul?
I did because in the class itself, I was a pester to all the teachers. I would say, like there were instances where faculties used to scold me, "Why you are asking this much doubts?" But at the end of the day, it is me who paid the money or my parents who paid the money, so I should make use of the faculties, of course, in the class and after the class. There was no bifurcation for me like that. In the class, I was like always I would pester all the faculties and after the class also. But obviously, we are not directly interacting with the faculties after the class. But still, I used to message them. I used to call them. All the questions I asked, I would say none of the questions left unattended. All the questions teachers solved.
Yeah.
Everything. There was a time
So
gap,
far as I am
like two
concerned,
two
Rahul,
days, 3 days. It happens because
so far as I am concerned, I still remember
like
having your calls and messages on a very regular basis. And
yes,
having tried to solve each of them, I am so happy to see that it all reflects in your results. It all reflects in your
Yes, sir.
results, and you get that pass in your mark sheet, and now you are a CA finalist. It's a very
Yes, sir.
proud feeling for not only me but for all the faculties at Logic. Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
I'll ask you one more question.
Okay.
Now that you have cleared both the groups and you have entered into your CA finals, and before you start your coaching for CA finals, it's just like you are in the CA finals and you have started your articleship, right?
Yes, sir.
How is the feeling?
The feeling is amazing. When I think about that, I forget all the struggles of the last year. So that's just the only thing that's keeping me going. CA artificial design. That's all I have to say about this matter.
So articleship is your criteria for articleship was how much stipend will I get, or how much will I get to learn in the articleship?
How much will I get to learn during this articleship? The stipend is and was not at all a criteria.
Yes, Rahul. How is your feeling, Rahul, entering into CA finals and starting your articleship?
Yeah, I feels very happy. Like we both are in Verma and Verma only. Like I am in Ernakulam branch and she is in Thrissur branch. Of course, it is a learning curve. We do not demand. Like it is not our demand. Like after this articleship or after the finals, we can demand. But right now, they're not in a position to demand. Right. So I keep calm, waiting for the better day.
Verma and Verma is one of the most reputed firms in Kerala. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
did Logic help you in any way in getting your articleship?
Yes, sir, definitely. I wanted
Yes, sir.
to pursue my articleship in Verma and Verma in Thrissur branch, and I spoke to Santosh sir, and he was very helpful in that matter.
Okay. Santosh sir, as in the director of Logic School of
Yes,
Management.
sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Rahul?
None other than Santosh sir itself helped me also.
Absolutely. So it started from being amateurs where you had no idea about what you were doing, and you came into the class where 100 people were sitting, where in between in a class of 100 people you revised everything, you were being asked questions, even you asked questions, you could ask questions, and all your questions were answered. It was a journey of around 8 9 months, long journey, full day we used to spend together. Yes. And then a long gap, I would say an extended gap because of COVID, where everybody faced a lot of problems, but you all not only faced problems, but you all overcame them by studying whenever you had to, and had your aim, had your goal very focused, and gave your exams and cleared, I would say, with flying colors. Am I right? Cleared with flying colors. And then to move forward in the next step of your life, starting of articleship, again Logic was there with you, where we came together. We found out the one of the best firms for you, and you got placed over there to do your articleship as well. And we are all even hoping that you are learning a lot of things over there, and again you will join us in CA finals very soon. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So while studying per subject, Gayatri,
Yes,
while
sir.
studying each and every subject, as you said, you were very focused on the practical part in the class and less on the theoretical part. But conceptually, the conceptual explanations given for practical or theory in the class, or the guidance given by the faculties in the class or after the class, or the motivations provided by the faculties during the class, did those things help you to stay boosted, or score good marks, or clear the concepts, or score exemptions?
Yes, sir, definitely. Because when the faculty come and talk about their experiences, that's when they realize, oh, okay, they also went through the same thing. So obviously, we can learn a lot from them. They told many of the faculty came and told us about how they studied, how like not all of them were first attempts, and I think that motivated us to, yeah, that's all.
What's your word for motivation, Rahul?
Same what she said, but I do have my own sentence which motivated me across. Like there is no other way out. I am in the well. There is no other way out. I have to get out of that. So sit, study, be calm. Your day will come. This is my own motivation.
That is your own motivation, and everyone should have some motivation of their own. So I'm sure they will take something from this conversation definitely, and it will help them to score a lot of marks and pass with flying colors like both of you, right?
Yes, sir.
So okay, Gayatri, as
Yes,
I
sir.
recall, we met 15 days back, 15, 20 days back at
Yes.
Logic once again after your results, right? And
Yes, sir.
I do not have that photo to share right now on this screen, but you were rewarded a cash prize of rupees 5,000 for your hard work and efforts and a fantastic score of 73 marks in the law paper,
Yes, sir.
where
Thank
you
you.
were awarded that thing in front of hundred of students, and of course your mama was also there right in front of you, and our respected coordinators and faculties were there. See, yes,
Can
Rahul
you see
has
it,
the
sir?
pic. I'll share it here. It
Yeah,
won't be visible, it won't be very visible, the brightness is too high.
yeah,
So
yeah. I'll just share.
it's the question that I want to ask you is that feeling of hundreds of students sitting in front of you, you getting your fees refund for a particular subject maybe, and your parents are standing with you, and so many people are applauding you for your efforts. Can you describe that feeling in words?
It cannot be put into words. That's that's what I can say. It was amazing. I never when you said that, when you made the challenge towards us, like saying that okay, if you get exemption in law, I'll definitely refund. I never thought that I would be able to get that. I was like, yeah, okay, someone will get, it's fine. But I don't know what to say now. I'm
How
very
was that
thankful.
feeling? How was that feeling? How did your mama feel? You might have had a conversation with her.
She felt amazing. I mean, she also was at a loss for words. She's very happy. No,
That's very
nobody expected. Nobody. I thought that I like fail because of law or because of tax or something. But
Of course, it's not the amount or the money that you received,
it's
but it
not.
is the
No.
feeling that
Yeah.
the kind of appreciation that you receive for your efforts, for all the efforts that you put in, for all the
Yeah.
efforts that
Yes, sir.
everybody at Logic put in. And of course, we can see the results right in front of us. Rahul, you were there, present right there when we rewarded Gayatri. Yes?
I only took the photo, sir.
You were. How was the feeling, Rahul? What was going on through your mind?
Like hard work pays off.
Did you feel proud about your friend?
Yes, sir. Of course. I felt proud because like no one expected like this lady is very short. Okay, she's like 3 4 years younger than me. I think it was
Okay.
like the feel I got from myself was like beyond words.
Okay. Okay. So fine, fair enough, fair enough. So I would only say that that moment I still remember right in front of my eyes. It's like just fresh in front of my eyes over here, and we have done that in the past also at Logic, rewarding students for all their hard work and efforts. And you were also one of the students whom we rewarded for all your hard work and efforts. And trust me, it was a very very proud feeling for me to have you felicitated in front of the whole class, where the whole class was applauding your Rahul, Aishwarya, all of your efforts in the class. And of course, Rahul gave us a very good motivating speech for students as well in the class. We all remember that. Uh, okay, coming to that, Rahul, we have a lot of juniors who are right now watching this video, and probably after the video will
Mhm,
be available on YouTube, they might watch it. So a word of advice that you would like to
mhm.
give, share your experience with your juniors.
Uh, uh, it was a history, I would say. It will not happen again. Like the corona effect, what happened, wasted like 2 3 4 months, but it was a slight loss for us when we think of the loss that other people got, because we have seen many deaths and all, but still survived. Like it happened. What I say is like your day will come. One day will come where people recognize you. People like will applaud for you. Like all those moments will come. Wait for your time. One day will come for you. People used to call me, like my friends used to call me, like my family members used to call me, like when the results were out. It was like very like the happiness that comes on the face of your parents. case of my parents, I saw it like I can't express it through words. I'm waiting for the day when I can take my amma to Chennai for that certificate, and I'll be rewarded with that certificate. I am waiting for that day, sir. Of course, I have to take my amma there. I'm waiting for that day.
Gayatri,
Yes, sir.
your word of advice for all your juniors for how your experience was, how you plan to study, how they should study, and anything that you want to say about your experience with logic.
Um, I don't put too much pressure on yourself. What I did was I kept on stressing about the exams, and don't do that. Keep a timetable, stick to your timetable. That's all. I mean, it's a struggle. Obviously, it's a struggle. But once at the end of the road, when you get your results, it's amazing. The feeling is amazing. So yeah, just think about just think about passing the exams. That's all.
And you are supposed to get that feeling once again in
Yes,
your
sir.
CA finals.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
So, not only myself, but the whole logic team is waiting for all of you back again to see you in the same classrooms, on the same benches, studying for studying for one last time, I would say, and coming up with that tag of a chartered accountant as a prefix to your name. Indeed, a very, very proud moment it is going to be for all of us, for all of us. Rahul? Rahul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, Rahul, I am expecting to see you very soon at Logic for CA finals.
Yes, sir, of course. Why not? I will be there only. CPT also I did that logic only. Intermediate also I did that logic only. Now looking forward for the final lessons, sir.
Yes, and I am so very sure that the day is not far when Rahul you're gonna make your amma very very proud of you. And so is the same for Gayatri, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we already saw the expressions your mom had on that day, and she was highly overwhelmed. And but naturally, every parent might be, and she also had tears of joy in her eyes when she saw her daughter being felicitated, and that is like indeed the most proud moment ever in anyone's life.
Yes, sir.
So yes, a lot of things we can keep on talking actually over here today. I can keep on asking you a lot of questions over here, but I would say a lot of questions I asked you, and you both were very enthusiastic to answer each and every question that I asked you and sharing your experience with logic. And of course, as you know, even ahead, Rahul is anyway still in touch with me very regularly. So anybody, everyone, as you are aware, you all know you'll need any kind of guidance. Me, myself, and the entire team of Logic is always there at your will to support you. All right. So thank you very much. It was great to have we both of you over here, and we are very proud of you and looking forward to see you at CA finals. God bless both of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.